Good morning. I'm in the microscope again, and what I found here was the classic looking piece of cellulose. So this looks like a spring, a corkscrew shaped thing in the microscope, and I am on 400 total magnification right now. So you can see the bacteria really well moving around in here. And we have interesting bacteria in here. We have cocci, and we have some rods that are moving around. So right here, this one right here, see how that's rod shaped? So that's pretty awesome. So the rod shapes, those are a bacillus. And so we have diversity in here, which is good. Bacillus are good. They're aerobic bacteria along with the cocci. So it's really good to see that. But the main thing I wanted to show you is that this long piece of cellulose here. So people see this and they're like, oh my goodness, what is that? And it can even be scary if we don't know what it is. So that's a piece of cellulose. Cellulose is a plant sugar, and they're not always curly. The reason it's curled up is because this material has been hot. So this is a compost that I'm looking at. And so at some point, this compost got really hot in a good thermophilic stage, and it made us a good compost. And so there's quite a few of these cellulose pieces in this sample. And so that's a good thing. So let's just take a second and move to another field of view and see what else is in here. Focus, focus, focus. We have that red thing. See, you can kind of see the light coming through this red thing. That's most likely a piece of mineral. We, it could be something else, but usually when you get that kind of color, it's shining kind of brilliant like that. It's quite often a mineral piece. See what we got in here. I'm looking for flagellates moving around, looking for ciliates zooming around. Both of those are in the protozoa group. We're looking for strands of something that may be like actinobacteria or fungus. Not seeing a lot in there. Mostly what we're seeing here is bacteria moving around, which is pretty fantastic. Go to another field of view. So there's a big aggregate there on the top of the screen. I always kind of like to focus and see if I can see through the aggregates a little bit, mostly for fun. If I was doing a soil sample, I don't really like seeing the fertility of the soil, looking for the active microbes. I don't like it when there's a lot of aggregates in there because they get in the way of seeing the active living organisms. So I'm not seeing any amoebas. Oh, what's this guy right here? Okay, that guy right there. Let's focus on him. So I'm focusing very slowly, trying to move this up and down. The other thing we can do is we can shadow with the microscope. So he's pretty clear. So I'm going to adjust my shadowing mechanism to create more of a shadow and see if we can see him better. And not really. I can't really tell what that is. When I first saw it, it was shaped like a testator amoeba, but he's not that. Okay, here's something fascinating. So this is a piece of oil. So when you see this big thing with the big thick, and then it looks like that on the inside, this means that the slide I'm using, either the cover slip or the slide, was not cleaned properly. So sometimes you get a lot of these. If you're looking at a sample and there's a whole bunch of these, start over, clean your slide right, or else those guys will get in your way. Okay, hopefully this helps you to find cellulose in your hot compost under a microscope.